completing all 5 will give you the, yeah, Kydron Gunblade skin. I actually love the look of this thing and hope it is going to be pretty decent. There it is. Exclusive rewards. 3 full weeks of alerts will receive the 10-year emblem, and those who finish all 5 weeks will receive, yeah, very nicely hidden in a paragraph at the top. Should kind of be written underneath in the images so it caught people's eyes. It's already too late. If you haven't completed the 2 previous weeks prior to this, you basically can't get the Gunblade skin. Which brings us on to kind of the whole point of this whole video. I'm sorry, I know I've been babbling about other things on the way. Oh look, the wolf sledge head. Oh look, I can't remember what part I got from the previous one. I don't think I even noticed from the first one if I actually got anything, because it's the wolf I was aiming for. Because that's right, yeah, they have very, very nicely for the next week given us the ability to form nihil without the use of keys. Which means we don't have to go into cred offerings and buy the key and nihil's obelete to take on nihil. Now, to be fair, the second one, I really wish it would actually name them on here, but God forbid it do anything daft like that. It's actually a pre-existing mission. It's on Deimos. Just go there, please. Ah, look. That mission you can do anytime you want to do it. You don't have to form that one for the next week. The weapon that you can get from him, you can get it all the time. But you can't get the wolf sledge without using, well, a wolf beacon. Which, strangely enough, is also right inside of here, and I do believe it has actually brought one this week. Ah, yes, thank you very much. The wolf beacon is the only way to get the Wolf of Saturn 6 to spawn. In any mission. Once per mission. And it can be slightly annoying because it means you have to use multiple of them because he has a chance to drop the parts for the fabled wolf sledge. The weapon dropped from the Wolf of Saturn 6. After he burst out of the Saturn 6 Max Pen. And the only way to get this weapon is to get the parts from taking down the Wolf of Saturn 6. And he has a chance of dropping one of the parts. Well, it's annoying because he only appears if you use a beacon to get him to appear. Apart from the fact that every mission on here is replayable. Every one of them. So you can in fact form the wolf and the wolf sledge as many times as you want for the next week to get a hold of all of the parts to build the wolf sledge. But of course, that isn't all, which I'm kind of glad they've done it this way around. So the wolf is the hardest of these missions. The middle one, that is replayable anytime. But the first mission, the quest mission, the solo mission, well, that would be to take out Nihil. Now, Nihil, as forementioned, is behind basically Nightwave again, but not only in this do you need to first pick up the obelete. There is a story behind it, not going into spoilers. You also then have to pick up the key to get inside of it, and the key doesn't turn up that often, neither do the wolf beacons. But for the next week, Nihil is not inside of his obelete. You can do this without the use of a key. You may have seen people running around with a sword that can basically turn their enemies to glass. A ground slam will smash nearby glassed enemies because swinging while aim gliding with this thing can glass enemies, freezing them in place, and then you can shatter them by doing a heavy attack next to them, a ground slam next to them. A heavy slam sends forth a wave, a shock wave with greater force. I love this sword. It's just a bit too slow for how I tend to play, and I much prefer dual wielding swords. But if I've got to go two-handed, I would much rather go for this. But it is a pain to get a hold of this thing simply because it's behind a keyed firewall, let's call it that, because he is inside of his obelete, so you have to get the key to go inside to fight him to get a hold of the parts to build the Vitrica. But not for the next week. With both the Wolf of Saturn 6 on mission 3 of this, dropping the parts for the Wolf Sledge. Again, the second mission, not so important, that is a replayable mission, you don't need a key for it anyway, which I've always liked about that mission. And the first one, yeah, that mission, taking him out repetitively to get a hold of the Vitrica, looks like a lot of fun. Why have you changed this image to this? No, you would not seriously do that. Would you? Well, there is only one way to find out, isn't there? Okay, I have no idea why that was there. It's gone now, though. Mission 1 is a solo mission to basically get a hold of the parts for the Vitrica from Nihil. But mission 3, even though it says mission 1, and that's mission 1, and that is mission 1, never mind. The Wolf of Saturn 6 to get a hold of the Wolf Sledge parts, formable for the next week without the use of keys or beacons, which is great if you were on the hunt for any of these weapons. So with that, we'll leave this off here. Sadly, could not get their reward to actually turn up. And I did try quite a few things to get it to appear, and the only one that's there is the one you had to enter a competition for, so can't actually get any more. The new one, don't know how we'll get that to turn up. Guess we're going to have to figure that out at a later date, or let us know in the comment section. But for now, we'll leave this off here. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time.